Hey, today we're going to talk about an SAT question called a support or weaken question. This shows up on the reading and writing section. And this question is about using evidence that's given to you in order to argue for or against a claim that's going to be presented in the text. Some test takers find this question kind of confusing or difficult because you might get a paragraph of text that's full of all these new sciencey, jargony words that are unfamiliar to you, or it might be a chart or a graph or a table with a lot of data on it that you're not sure how it's supposed to all fit together. But the way into these questions is really pretty straightforward once you know how to do them. So let's take a look at one together. How do we know if it's a support or weaken question? Well, it's going to say right here in the question, which finding, if true, would most directly support Armijo's hypothesis? It's going to ask about a hypothesis or a claim or an assertion, something like that. And our first task is to find the claim that is being made in the text. So let's take a look at this one together. Roasted green chilies are a popular ingredient in Southwestern cuisine, but the traditional roasting method of burning propane is not environmentally friendly. To see if solar power could provide a better alternative, engineer Kenneth Armijo and his team roasted batches of green chilies using between 38 and 42 heliostats, which are devices that concentrate sunlight. The team was successful in reaching the same roasting temperature used in traditional propane roasting, but they found that propane yielded faster results. While the fastest solar roasted green chilies took 6 minutes, batches using propane took only 4. Armijo hypothesizes that they can reduce the roasting time for solar roasted green chilies by using more heliostats. Okay, so where's the claim in the text? You probably saw it right there at the very end. Armijo hypothesizes that they can reduce the roasting time to solar roasted green chilies by using more heliostats. That is a claim. Now, what we want to do now is boil that claim down to its simplest cause and effect form. A hypothesis or a claim like this usually takes the form of something like, this change leads to that change. More or less of this results in more or less of that. It might be the higher the elevation, the fewer the trees can grow. Or it might be the higher the density, the lower the temperature, something like that. In this case, what is the simplest form of this hypothesis? It is we can reduce the roasting time for solar roasted green chilies by using more heliostats. Okay, that means that we're saying that more heliostats will lead to a lower roasting time. Okay, so if we boil it down to the simplest form, we get more heliostats is lower roasting time. Now our question is, which of the following findings would support that hypothesis? So we want to pick a finding, an answer choice here that directly relates to more heliostats leading to lower roasting time. A, the temperature inside the roasting drum is distributed more evenly when roasting green chilies with solar power than with propane. That's not it. It's talking about the difference in distribution of temperature, not talking about heliostats and roasting time. So it's not going to be A. What about B? Attempts to roast green chilies using 50 heliostats yields results in fewer than 6 minutes. Okay, that's promising. We're talking about heliostats, we're talking about roasting time, and we notice that 6 minutes is the figure that was given in the text. So more heliostats would lead to fewer than 6 minutes roasting time. Okay, probably pretty good option. What about option C? Green chili connoisseurs prefer the flavor of solar roasted green chilies over the flavor of propane roasted green chilies. Nope, that's talking about difference in flavor, not either of the two variables we're talking about here. So it's not going to be option C. And what about option D? The skins of solar roasted green chilies are easier to peel than the skins of propane roasted green chilies. Once again, not the variables we are looking to connect. So it's not going to be option D. Our best answer is going to be B. And the cool thing about this technique is that you probably could have gotten this question right, even if you hadn't read or fully understood the text, because all you needed to do was locate that claim and figure out which answer choice related to that claim, and B was the only one. So even if you hadn't really understood what was going on, you still would have gotten this right.